At the start of the drama, we see the female lead, Shu Mu. She is on her way to her office when some reporters stop her on the road and say, "We want to ask you some simple questions. If you answer them, we will give you a gift in return. So, would you like to answer?" She agrees to this, so the reporters start asking questions. The first question was, "What is your favorite color?" Shu Mu replies, "My favorite color is dark blue." The second question was, "What is your favorite fruit?" Shu Mu replies, "My favorite fruit is orange." And the third question was, "If the person you have liked for a long time or your crush suddenly appears in front of you, what would your reaction be?" To this, Shu Mu replies, "If he came in front of me, I probably wouldn't even recognize him." Then the reporters give her a small gift, and she says, "Thank you," and leaves. As soon as she leaves, a boy arrives, who is the male lead, Jang Jo. The reporter asks him the same questions, and Jang Jo also gives the exact same answers that Shu Mu did. When the reporter asks, "If the person you like appears in front of you, what would your reaction be?" Jang Jo replies, "The person I like probably wouldn't even remember me." After this, he leaves from there, and the reporters start talking among themselves. How similar their choices and words are. They are a perfect match for each other. In the next scene, we see Shu Mu, who has come for a blind date arranged by her mom. The person who has come for the blind date immediately starts talking to her about marriage and children. And instead of talking to Shu Mu, he is just praising himself, saying, "I am so good. I am such a gentleman." Just then, a waitress comes, and by mistake, hot water spills on that person. At this, the person gets very angry at the waitress, even though the waitress's hand was burnt. But instead of worrying about her, he is just scolding her. Seeing this, Shu Mu understands. He is a very arrogant type of person. So she says, "Sorry," to him, cancels the date, and leaves. Then we see Jang Jo, who has come to his friend's place. His friend asks him, "How long are you going to stay here?" Jang Jo replies, "I will be staying here now, because my transfer is here." Then we see Shu Mu with her best friend, Song Nian, in a restaurant. There, Shu Mu gets a call from her mom, and she tells her, "Please stop arranging more blind dates for me now." Saying this, she cuts the call. To this, Song Nian says, "This was your 6th blind date, but you haven't liked anyone yet. That's why your mom worries about you." Shu Mu says, "Finding a boyfriend is not as easy as shopping, where you just go and choose. It's very difficult." Song Nian says, "It's not like that. Everyone finds a partner after graduation. But you are still single. Don't you like anyone? As far as I remember, when you were in high school, you liked a boy from your class." So Shu Mu asks, "Which classmate?" Song Nian reminds her of his name, Jie Shi. To this, Shu Mu says, "Who is Jie Shi? I don't remember anything." Just then, we see Jang Jo, who is paying the bill. When he hears his name and their conversation from Shu Mu's mouth, he is a little surprised. Then he leaves from there. Shu Mu is watching him go. Just then, Song Nian asks her, "Who are you looking at?" Shu Mu says, "That person. I felt like I know him." Then Shu Mu goes to her house and sees that all the things are scattered around and it is very dirty. Seeing this, Shu Mu gets very frustrated and is very angry at her roommate. But she didn't want to argue with her anymore, so she quietly goes to her room and sleeps. The next morning, when Shu Mu goes to her office, a lot of preparations are going on. She finds out that a director Jang Jo is coming to their company with a big proposal. Then when she goes to the meeting room and sees Jang Jo, she remembers her school days in a flashback when Si-Shur came to their school for the first time, and he was exactly like Jang Jo. Then the meeting starts, and Shu Mu explains the proposal, which Jang Jo likes a lot, and he finalizes the deal. Then we see Jang Jo is leaving from there when Shu Mu stops him to talk about something personally. Then she asks Jang Jo, "Do you know Si-Shur?" To this, Jang Jo says, "Si-Shur? Who is that?" Shu Mu explains, "He was my classmate in high school, and he looked just like you." Then she says, "No, you are more handsome than him." To this, Jang Jo says, "He was your classmate, but you don't even remember him. It means you have completely forgotten him. So now you should just forget him." Saying this, he leaves. In the next scene, we see Shu Mu in the car with her friend, Song Nian. She tells Song Nian, "My director looks exactly like Jie Shi." To this, Song Nian says, "No, Jie Shi was very handsome. Jang Jo can't look like him. But still, if you have a doubt, you can send me his picture tomorrow. I will look at it and tell you whether he is Jie Shi or someone else." The next day, Shu Mu is explaining her proposal in the meeting. Then she makes an excuse to go to the washroom, goes out, and secretly clicks a picture of Jang Jo and sends it to Song Nian. But she makes a mistake. Because the WeChat on her phone was connected to her laptop, the photo she sent to Song Nian was also displayed on the laptop screen for everyone in the meeting to see. Shu Mu's colleague tells her about this. "The photo of director Jang Jo that you sent has been seen by everyone in the meeting, and now everyone thinks that you have a crush on Jang Jo." So Shu-mu goes inside and makes an excuse. Young girls like handsome faces like this very much, and they like to put them on their walls as paintings. That's why I took these pictures. I was about to tell you about it, but I thought I would tell you after the proposal. Everyone thinks that this is related to their work, so they also agree with Shu-mu. Then, Shu-mu's senior tells her, you should take director Jang-jo's team to dinner, and leaves. Shu-mu invites all of them for dinner, where everyone else refuses, but Jang-jo agrees to go with her. In the restaurant, some boys are staring at Shu-mu's short dress, so Jang-jo takes off his coat, gives it to her, and says, it's quite cold here, so you should cover yourself. Shu-mu says, thank you, to him. While having dinner, Shu-mu sees that director Jang-jo uses his left hand. She remembers that her friend Zhe-shi also used to use his left hand. She asks him about this. Do you only use your left hand? He says, no, I use both hands. Then Shu-mu asks, what is your favorite color? Jang-jo says, my favorite color is dark blue. She asks about his favorite fruit, and Jang-jo says, it's orange. Then she asks, where did you go to high school? And do you have a cousin named Zhe-shi? To this, Jang-jo says, why don't you just ask me for my ID card directly? Shu-mu feels a bit embarrassed by this. Just then, Jang-jo gets a call from someone, and he picks up the call and goes outside. The next day, Shu-mu finds out in the office that now they have to work in teams of 2, and she is in director Jang-jo's team. Then Shu-mu goes to the supermarket for shopping, and there she sees red bean bread. She remembers that Zhe-shi did not like it at all, so she tells Song Neon, look at this red bean bread. Zhe-shi did not like it at all, so should I test him with this? Song Neon says, yes, and she buys the red bean bread. Then she had to go to some workplace with Jang-jo. She asks him, have you had breakfast? He says, not yet. So Shu-mu takes out the same red bean bread and gives it to him to eat. At first, Jang-jo refuses, but on her insistence, he takes a bite. At this, Shu-mu thinks, well, he passed this test. Then they both finish their work and come from the workplace. On the way, Shu-mu remembers that Zhe-shi was afraid of heights, so she thinks of testing him again. She says to Jang-jo, why don't we go for a car drive on the mountain? To which he says, yes. When they both go to that place, they find out that the cable car service was closed. So Shu-mu says, let's go back now. But Jang-jo says, now that we are here, we will go up on foot. Then he comfortably walks up to the top. But Shu-mu gets very tired. She calls Song Nian and starts talking about this and criticizes Jang-jo a lot. Song Nian says, what? You got scammed? Jang-jo says, I am the one who got scammed. Shu-mu says, how do you know what she's saying? Jang-jo says, next time, buy some better earphones because their sound is reaching here. Then they both come back from there. Shu-mu tells him, I have to go get my medicines checked now because I have allergies. I have to be alert about these things, otherwise I get an allergic reaction. And because of this, I had fainted once in high school. To this, Jang-jo says, you didn't faint in high school because of this, but because you are allergic to peanuts and you had eaten a lot of peanuts at that time. That's why you fainted. From his words, Shu-mu understands. He is Zhe-shi, and he was just acting all this time. So she glares at him angrily and says, is your drama over now? To this, Jang-jo says, you were the one who said in the restaurant that day that even if I come in front of you, you wouldn't be able to recognize me. Shu-mu says, I just said that for fun. You were taking revenge on me for that until now. You haven't changed at all. Then, Jang-jo invites her for dinner, but Shu-mu refuses. But just then, her stomach starts growling due to hunger. At this, Jang-jo smiles and says, you wait, I'll bring my car. Then they both come to a restaurant for dinner. After having dinner, Shu-mu says to him, what did you think that you would come in front of me and I wouldn't be able to recognize you? You know, in high school, we used to sit on the same desk and I have seen your face millions of times, so I recognized you at once. Then we see Shu-mu and Song Nian in a shopping mall. Shu-mu tells her, my senior told me, you should give a present to your client, Director Jang-jo. What a boring job this is. Song Nian says, giving a gift to a client is a good thing, and every company does it. Shu-mu asks, what present should I get? Just then, they both go and stand in front of a tie store. Song Nian says, you can get a tie for Director Jang-jo. It will be the best gift for him. They both go into the store and start looking at ties. Just then, the store's caretaker comes and asks, are you buying this tie for your boyfriend? So Shu-mu says, no, I don't have a boyfriend. So she says, oh, so you are buying it for your future boyfriend. Shu-mu says, no, I am buying a gift for my client. So she says, who buys a gift for a client? You should buy this for your boyfriend. To this, Song Nian says, yes, okay. Please give this tie for her boyfriend. Then they both are about to leave when they hear Jang-jo's voice. They both hide and see that a girl is showing a lot of interest in Jang-jo. But looking at him, it seems that he is not interested in her at all. Seeing this, Song Nian says to her, I think this girl is bothering Jang-jo. Shu-mu says, stand quietly and see what's happening. Just then, Song Nian gets a call from her editor and she has to leave. Shu Mu is also about to leave when Zhang Zhou's eyes fall on her, and he calls her and comes to her. He says to Shu Mu, "You had to tell me something today, right?" And then gestures for her to help him get rid of the girl. But Shu Mu says, "I didn't have to tell you anything today," and then thinks to herself, "I am not going to get involved in this." The girl with Zhang Zhou, Miss Shi, asks Zhang Zhou, "Is this girl your colleague?" To this, Shu Mu says, "No, I am just a client, a temporary client." Just then, Miss Shi introduces herself to Shu Mu. Shu Mu says, "I am leaving, you two talk." Just then, the caretaker comes there with the packed tie and says to Shu Mu, "Here is your tie. I have also written your boyfriend Jiang Zhou's name on it." And director Jiang Zhou and Miss Shi also hear this. Shu Mu starts explaining to Miss Shi, "This is just a misunderstanding. It's not what you think." And she says to Jiang Zhou, "Please explain to her that it's nothing like that." But he thinks to himself, "Now I am not going to get involved in this either." Miss Shi angrily asks Jiang Zhou, "What is going on between you two?" Jiang Zhou says, "You should understand it yourself now. Besides, my girlfriend is quite angry, so you should leave from here." Miss Shi leaves from there in anger. At night, we see Shu Mu talking to Song Nian and telling her about everything that happened in the mall today. Then she asks Song Nian, "Why did your editor call you?" She tells her, "The novel I wrote has been selected for a movie." In the next scene, we see Shen Yi, who is Zhang Zhou's best friend. He is talking to his dad on the phone and says, "Please don't reveal my identity to anyone here, because I don't want anyone here to know about me." And then he cuts the call. Then his manager comes and asks him, "What is your name?" Shen Yi says, "My name is Shen Yi." Hearing this, all of them start laughing. He gets a little angry and says, "Is my name so funny that everyone is laughing?" But one person tells him, "A novel from our company has been selected for a movie, and the villain in that novel is also named Shen Yi." Shen Yi starts looking at the novel. This is the same novel whose writer is Song Nian. Seeing Song Nian's name in the novel, Shen Yi remembers that there was a girl with this name in his high school, with whom Shen Yi had a fight on the very first day of school. In the next scene, we see Song Nian, who is going to a cafe when she bumps into a boy, who is Shen Yi. When Song Nian sees her novel on his phone, she thinks, "This boy is my fan." So she tells him, "I am the writer of this novel," and starts giving him an autograph. Shen Yi tells her his name and about himself, so Song Nian starts looking at him very intently. In the next scene, we see Song Nian with Shu Mu, telling her about Shen Yi. He has become very handsome. On the other side, we see Shen Yi with his best friend Zhang Zhou. He was telling him about Song Nian. She has become even more beautiful than before. And then both of them start criticizing each other. And then Zhang Zhou stands up and looks at the cafe and asks, "How is the cafe doing?" Shen Yi says, "The cafe is doing very well, and one day it will become the #1 cafe in the world." Zhang Zhou looks at his phone and finds out that the cafe is running at a huge loss. So he tells Shen Yi, "If you are not able to handle this, if you are too busy, then I can arrange a helper for you." Shen Yi says, "No, I like this place very much. Here, my dad won't suspect me either, and I can also do my research comfortably." The next day, when Shu Mu goes to the office, some of her friends ask her, "We have come to know that director Zhang Zhou was your classmate. So you tell us, was he the same before as he is now?" So Shu Mu says, "Director Zhang Zhou is the same as he was before. He was crazy before, and he is still crazy." Saying this, as the three of them turn back, Zhang Zhou is standing right behind them, and he is glaring at them very angrily. Then he says to her, "Come with me. I have to talk to you about some work-related matter." And he forcibly takes her with him, and he keeps giving her some work or the other. He asks her to bring water, so Shu Mu brings very hot water, which burns his mouth, and everyone starts laughing at him. Then we see that a new bakery is being inaugurated, and Shu Mu is working there with her office co-workers. Shu Mu's senior tells all of them, "This time our company has made a huge profit," so he gives them all a party. After dinner, they all start playing a game in which for the first time, Shu Mu's senior chooses truth and tells a very funny thing. The second time, it is Shu Mu's turn, and she chooses to dare. At this, her friend gives her this dare. "The first person who comes here from the restaurant's gate, you have to hug him." Just then, they see Zhang Zhou coming there. Shu Mu has had a lot to drink, so she goes to Zhang Zhou and says, "I am seeing 3 director Zhang Zhou's here, so which one is the main one?" He says, "I am here," and Shu Mu hugs him. Then, Zhang Zhou also sits with them and starts playing the game. He is asked the question, "Do you have a crush?" So he says, "Yes, I have a crush." They ask him the name of his crush, but Zhang Zhou does not tell the name. Then the next morning, when Shu Mu wakes up, she is in someone else's room. She starts thinking, "Where have I come?" Just then, she remembers about last night that she had told her friend, "My roommates are not good at all. They always bother me." Just then, Zhang Zhou comes there. So Shu Mu asks him, "What happened last night?" He says, "Don't you remember anything?" Shu Mu says, "Yes, I don't remember anything. And these clothes of mine, did I change them?" To this, Zhang Zhou says, "No," and leaves from there. Then Zhang Zhou is going to drop her home. On the way, Shu-mu is very worried thinking about last night, but on putting more stress on her mind, she remembers that last night she had gone to the hotel room with Jiangzhou and was troubling him a lot. And also she was not able to sleep in those clothes, so Jiangzhou had called a female waitress and got her clothes changed. There itself, Shu-mu had clicked a photo with Jiangzhou and posted it. In the present, Shu-mu was feeling very embarrassed seeing that post. Then she goes home and tells Song Nian about this too. She laughs a lot at her and says, "Now everyone will think of Jiangzhou as your boyfriend." When Shu-mu comes to the office, everyone surrounds her. Her senior says to her, "Jiangzhou is your boyfriend. Why didn't you tell us about this? If you had told us, I would have given you some time to spend with him." Shu-mu tries to explain to them, "It's nothing like that," but no one was understanding her. Just then, Jiangzhou comes there. The senior tells Shu-mu, "You go and sit next to Jiangzhou." She is going there when her foot twists, and she's about to fall on Jiangzhou, but he catches her. Everyone starts looking at them. Then, Shu-mu goes and sits in her place. After the meeting is over, Jiangzhou asks her, "Why are these strange things happening in the office today?" Shu-mu tells him, "All this is happening because of the picture I posted with you yesterday." He asks, "What to do now?" So Shu-mu says, "We should maintain some distance." And she says sorry to him for all this and takes him to have coffee as an apology. There, Shu-mu meets her ex-boyfriend who comes and tells her, "I am getting married." And he says, "I know you are very jealous of this. That's why I want you to definitely come to my wedding and see how much better my wife is than you. She is richer and more beautiful than you." Irritated by this, Shu-mu says, "Okay then, I will definitely come and see how much better she is than me." Just then, Jiangzhou comes there and asks about the boy. "Who is this?" Seeing him, he says to Shu-mu, "Oh, you have made a new boyfriend too." Then he says to Jiangzhou, "You both come to my wedding because I want to tell you people why I left Shu-mu." Jiangzhou says, "Okay, I will definitely come." After he leaves, Shu-mu says to him, "You don't need to do all this." Jiangzhou says, "Let's make a deal. I will act as your boyfriend in front of your ex-boyfriend, and you act as my girlfriend in front of my parents." Then we see Shen Yi, whose manager is telling him, "You have to go and meet a writer named Song Nian and impress her to sign a contract with her." Hearing Song Nian's name, Shen Yi refuses to go there. But at this, his manager says, "If that's the case, then I will fire you from the company." So, unwillingly, Shen Yi agrees to go there. And then he goes in front of Song Nian and starts convincing her to sign their company's contract, but she refuses. Just then, the manager of Shen Yi's company also comes there, and he also starts convincing Song Nian, "We will agree to all your conditions, so please work with us." Song Nian says, "Okay, I can work with your company, but before that, I need to see the behavior of your staff." Saying this, she starts looking towards Shen Yi. The manager says, "Okay, you can keep Shen Yi with you. He will tell you how polite and humble our staff is." Song Nian says, "Yes," and puts on her goggles and leaves from there. Then we see Shen Yi with Jiangzhou complaining about Song Nian. He says, "I thought I have to stay here for 3 months. 3 months will pass comfortably. But now, because of Song Nian, I don't think that will happen." Then he invites him for dinner on Saturday. But Jiangzhou says, "No, I have to go with my other friend." Shen Yi says, "Which friend is that who has become more important than me? And I don't know about it." Just then, he gets a call from Song Nian. She tells him, "This is my number, and you save it, and from now on, I will call you 24 hours a day." He is surprised by her words and cuts the call. He tells Jiangzhou, "See how she tortures me." Then we see Shu-mu, who is ready and going to her ex-boyfriend's wedding. She calls Jiangzhou and asks him, "When are you coming?" He says, "You go, I am just reaching in a while." Shu-mu reaches there, and everyone starts talking about her. They were all making fun of her. They ask her, "Where is your boyfriend?" There, her ex-boyfriend's wife also insults Shu-mu. Just then, Jiangzhou comes there, and Shu-mu's ex-boyfriend's wife is completely shocked to see him and says, "Director Jiangzhou, how are you here?" Jiangzhou says, "I am Shu-mu's boyfriend, and I was also invited here, that's why I have come." Then they both stay for a while and leave from there. On the way, Jiangzhou asks, "What did you like so much about him that you made him your boyfriend?" Shu-mu says, "When he was with me, he was very good. He cared for me a lot. But after our breakup, he completely changed." Jiangzhou says, "Well, it's a good thing that a guy like that is gone from your life." Shu-mu says, "You didn't tell me anything about your love life." So Jiangzhou says, "I have never had a girlfriend." Then Shu-mu meets Song Nian in a cafe. She tells her about Jiangzhou. "I have to be his fake girlfriend." They both are talking about Jiangzhou when Shen Yi comes there with coffee and introduces himself to Shu-mu. Then he asks Shu-mu, "Were you guys talking about Jiangzhou just now?" So Song Nian tells him, "You don't need to know our conversation. Go and do your work." He goes back to his work. Shu-mu tells Song Nian, "Shen Yi is very hardworking. You shouldn't be so strict with him." Song Nian says, "Yes, you are right." Just then, Jiangzhou also comes there, whom Shen Yi had called by messaging. Because hearing their conversation, he thought, Shu-mu is really Jiangzhou's girlfriend and Song Nian is instigating her against Jiangzhou to break them up. Shu-mu asks him, "What are you doing here?" So Shen Yi says, this cafe belongs to director Jiang Zhou, and why are you instigating his girlfriend? Song Nian says, she is my best friend. I can say whatever I want to her. Who are you to speak between us? At this, Shen Yi says, what do you think of me? So Song Nian says, you look like a waiter to me. At this, Shu Mu and Jiang Zhou start laughing. Shen Yi says, whatever you are, you can't speak wrongly about Jiang Zhou. Song Nian says, you don't know what you have heard, and now you are coming here and saying anything. Then we see sometime later, Song Nian is harassing Shen Yi by calling him everywhere. He also tells Jiang Zhou about this. Handling this girl has become harder for me than research. She is bothering me a lot. Just then, he again gets a call from Song Nian. He is not picking up the call, but Jiang Zhou receives his call saying, maybe it's something important. When Shen Yi talks to her, Song Nian says, I have to sign a contract with you tomorrow. Hearing this, Shen Yi becomes very happy. The next morning, Jiang Zhou comes to Shu Mu's house to pick her up. Shu Mu comes out looking very well dressed. Jiang Zhou is mesmerized seeing her. Then he helps her wear a necklace, and then they both leave for their destination. Jiang Zhou was taking her to meet his parents, so she was a little nervous. Then when Shu Mu reaches there, Miss Shu gets very jealous seeing her. Shu Mu is standing there when she meets the person she had once met on a blind date. He tells her, if you were with me today, you would also have had a chance to meet big people like me. Shu Mu asks, who are those big people? He says, Director Jiang Zhou, you know he came here only a month ago. It is so difficult to meet him. Hearing this, Shu Mu starts laughing and says, you meet those big people yourself. I am going to my boyfriend. At this, he is a little surprised and asks, you have a boyfriend too. Where is he? Who is he? Shu Mu slowly whispers in his ear, my boyfriend is Director Jiang Zhou. Hearing this, the person is completely shocked. Jiang Zhou introduces Shu Mu to his aunt, who is very happy to see Shu Mu. In the next scene, we see them both on the beach. Shu Mu asks him about his mom. Is she still abroad? At this, Jiang Zhou says, my mother passed away a long time ago. Shu Mu says, oh, so that's why you changed your surname. To this, Jiang Zhou replies, yes. Just then, Shu Mu gets a call from her mom. They had found out that Shu Mu is dating someone, so they insist on meeting her boyfriend. Shu Mu says, our relationship is very complicated, so you shouldn't meet my boyfriend right now. At this, her mom gets angry and says, I don't think you have a boyfriend at all. That's why you are refusing. Shu Mu says, no, I have a boyfriend. Then she goes to Jiang Zhou and says, now you have to meet my mom. Jiang Zhou agrees to this. Then he goes to drop her at her house. There, Shu Mu tells him, I want one more rule to be added to our contract. That is, if either of us gets a crush on someone, then this contract will be terminated. Jiang Zhou agrees to this, and then Shu Mu leaves from there. Then we see Shen Yi with his dad's manager. The manager tells Shen Yi, you have done a very good job, that's why the boss has returned this car to you. Just then, Shu Mu and Song Nian are also passing by. Seeing him near the car, Song Nian says, I think Shen Yi is in great need of money. That's why he is also working as a driver. So Shu Mu tells her, you also need an assistant, so why don't you hire Shen Yi? Then Song Nian talks to Shen Yi about this. I think you are in great need of money. That's why I want to hire you as an assistant. Hearing this, Shen Yi is surprised and says, are you crazy? But today I am in a very good mood, so I am ready to be your assistant. When Shu Mu comes home from the office, she sees that her roommate has scattered all the things in the house. She tells her roommate, we had already decided that we will stay in our own rooms. Then why did you come to my room? And you have also scattered all my things here. Her roommate says, if you have so much problem, then why are you even staying here? Hearing this, Shu Mu gets very angry. Just then, there is a knock on the door. She opens it and sees that her mom has come. Shu Mu asks her, Mom, why have you come here? Mom says, I have come to meet your boyfriend. I want to see what kind of boy he is. But when she sees her room, she starts getting angry at her roommate. How can you people make someone else's room so dirty like this? At this, her roommate starts fighting with her mom too and pushes her. Just then, Jiang Zhou comes there and saves her mom. Shu Mu's earphone was left in his car, which he had come to give. Then we see Shu Mu and her mom at Jiang Zhou's house. Mom is very impressed with Jiang Zhou. After mom falls asleep, Jiang Zhou tells Shu Mu, if you want, you can stay here too. I have an extra room in my house. Then they both sit together and start talking about work. The next day, Shu Mu comes to Jiang Zhou's house with all her belongings. She tells Jiang Zhou, I have always lived with girls. This is the first time I am living with a boy. Then she starts playing with Jiang Zhou's cat. In the morning, Shu Mu is out shopping with Song Nian. She tells Song Nian, I am living with Jiang Zhou now, and so my mom has also stopped keeping an eye on me. Song Nian says, well, that's good. You also got your freedom. Then she asks, you two live together, so do you two fight? Shu says, no, to this. Meanwhile, Jiang Zhou and Shen Yi are also shopping. Shen Yi tells him, you can date of your own free will, but what is the need to live together? Now that she will be with you, how will I be able to come to your house? At this, Jiang Zhou says, so it's okay. You can go out with Song Nian. Shen Yi says, I can't even think about it. Then he asks, what do you call your girlfriend? Honey or baby? Jiang Zhou says, if you are so excited about all these things, why don't you get into a relationship yourself? At this, Shen Yi says, I was excited because this is your first relationship. Then they come to pay the bill, and Shu and Song Nian also come there. Seeing so many snacks with Shu, Shen Yi tells Jiang Zhou, your girlfriend is quite a glutton. Then Shu and Jiang Zhou come home with the things. Jiang Zhou tells her, some of my friends are coming home to meet me this week. At this, Shu asks, oh, so should I go out? Jiang Zhou says, no, they know that I am dating someone. That's why they want to meet you. Hearing this, Shu gets a little scared. So Jiang Zhou says, don't worry, it's just some friends. Then Shu asks him, what will I have to talk to them about? They are your good friends. If I say something wrong, they will feel bad. And what should we make for them to eat? Should we order from outside? Seeing her thinking so much about this, Jiang Zhou is surprised and starts laughing. Then Shu says, we will have to pretend to be a good couple in front of them too. What will I call you? Dear honey or baby? Just then, someone knocks on the door. Jiang Zhou opens the door and it's his friends. He introduces them to his girlfriend, Shu. Shu welcomes everyone into the house nicely. After sitting for a while, they all have lunch together. Jiang Zhou's friend offers Shu a drink, but Jiang Zhou stops him, saying, she can't handle it. Seeing them both caring so much for each other, his friends are very impressed. Then a friend asks Shu, what do you like most about Jiang Zhou? Shu thinks for a while and says, I like his cooking. The food you guys are eating is also made by him. Then they ask Jiang Zhou, what do you like about Shu? He says, I think she eats a lot, and I like that. Hearing this, Shu starts laughing, and the food gets stuck in her throat. At this, her friends say, this is very good. One likes to cook, and the other likes to eat. After a while, all the friends leave. The next day, Shu, Jiang Zhou, Shen Yi, and Song Nian were going on a trip to enjoy. Shen Yi and Song Nian come to pick them both up. Seeing him, Song Nian says, if I had known that you were also coming, I would never have come here. At this, Shen Yi says, I don't like coming with you either. I came here for Jiang Zhou. Just then, Shu and Jiang Zhou come there. They stop their fight and they all leave for their destination. There, they all play a great game together and go for a walk on the beach together. And then they come back from there soon. Coming home, Shu says, I am so tired now that I will have to sleep for 2 days. Jiang Zhou says, you can't sleep because tomorrow is Monday. Then they both go to sleep. In the morning, Shu is talking to her friend. She tells her, last night I saw a very nice man in my dream. He was very handsome, intelligent, and kind, and he was also a very gentleman. Her friend says, that dream must have been about Jiang Zhou. So Shu says, no, how can I dream about him? The man I dreamt of is completely different from Jiang Zhou. Just then, Jiang Zhou comes there. Seeing him suddenly in front of her, Shu is shocked and says, did you hear anything? At this, Jiang Zhou says, while leaving, yes, I heard. You were saying, my husband is very nice. He is very handsome and very intelligent. Then they both go to the table to have breakfast, but Jiang Zhou does not let her eat anything. Shu says, are you going to eat the food from both plates alone? He says, no, I will save one for the afternoon. If you want to eat, you can ask your husband to cook. He is very good. I am sure he cooks well too. Shu says in a low voice, why is he suddenly comparing himself to the man in my dream? Then Jiang Zhou says, you can show your proposal to this man too, because I am not as intelligent as him, so maybe I won't understand it and cancel it. Saying this, he leaves. Shu runs after him, saying, no, that was just a dream, and why are you refusing to read my proposal? When Shu goes to her office, she finds out that Jiang Zhou has really rejected their company's proposal. So she thinks, he did it because of me. That's why she goes home and prepares dinner for Jiang Zhou, so that she can convince him. When he comes home, Shu asks him to have dinner and says, I have made a very good and healthy dinner today. She first tasted herself and finds out that it is very bad. Jiang Zhou says, I know why you are doing all this, and I did not cancel your company's proposal because of you, but because there were some mistakes in it. After fixing them, I will accept the proposal. Hearing this, Shu becomes happy. Then we see Song Nian. Her editor tells her, I have read the script. It is very good, but the romance is missing. He says, the true love that our generation today wants, we have to add that true love to the story. Song Nian talks to Shu about this. I have never been in love, So how can I write a romantic story? Shumu says, you should also date someone. She says, I haven't found any boy yet who is ready to date me. Then we see Song Nian in the cafe. Shen-yi tells her, it's very late, you should go home. So Song Nian tells him about her problem. I have to write a romantic story, but I have no experience of it at all. Hearing this, Shen-yi first starts laughing at her that she is still single, but then he says, you should talk to some experienced person about this. He will be able to give you good advice. Song Nian thinks, can I talk to Zhang about this? So he says, no, he was also single until now. He can't give you any advice. And then he himself starts giving her advice about love life. He says, you should do things that couples do. Only then can you experience love. He makes Song Nian wear a matching couple dress with him and says, couples should wear clothes like this. But Song Nian was not liking this. She was saying, is it necessary to wear clothes like this to experience love? Nothing is happening from this. Then Shen-yi takes her to a horror place and says, couples come to this place, and when their girlfriend gets scared here, the boyfriend protects her. This increases the love between them, and by doing this, we can also experience love. But as soon as the scary man comes there, Shen-yi gets scared and runs away from there. After this plan fails, they both come to the beach. There too, they both start fighting. Shen-yi clicks her pictures, which are also very bad, which makes Song Nian angry at him. Coming back, Song Nian tells him, we went to experience love, but I only got angry there. Shen-yi says, maybe we didn't do what we did in the right way. We must have made some mistake. Then we see Shu Mu and Zhang Zhou, who were sitting and talking after coming from the office. Zhang Zhou had made dinner for her. Shu Mu asks, how do you cook such good food? He says, I went abroad for studies. I didn't like the food outside, so I learned to cook myself. Shu Mu says, my mom also taught me to cook, but I couldn't learn. The next day, Song Nian sees Shen-yi, who was playing with a child on the road. But then the child starts crying seeing Song Nian. Shen-yi calms him down. But by then, the child's dad comes there, and the child says, they were bothering me. At this, the child's dad starts scolding Shen-yi. But Song Nian stands up for Shen-yi there and fights a lot with the child's dad for his side and takes Shen-yi's hand and leaves from there. And Shen-yi just keeps looking at her smiling. Song Nian was thinking, Shen-yi's financial condition is very bad. That's why he has to work 2 jobs. She comes to the cafe to talk to him about this and starts talking to him. But Shen-yi is not understanding her words at all. He says, why are you behaving so strangely? If you want to say something, you can say it clearly. But she is not able to speak her mind clearly. This makes Shen-yi a little worried. Just then, someone comes there. So Shen-yi turns off the cafe's light and takes Song Nian's hand and brings her to another place. Song Nian asks, are you hiding from someone? He says, that is my dad. After the dad leaves, he turns on the lights, and Song Nian is a little surprised to see the place. That small room was Shen-yi's office, where he was working on some of his business ideas. He had made AI guide dogs, which can help the police in investigation. Song Nian asks, but why do you hide this thing from your dad? He says, they think I am not serious about my work, and I will not be successful in my work either. That's why I do this work hiding from them, and that's why I chose this cafe. Song Nian says, I think you are really very intelligent. Hearing this, Shen-yi also feels good. In the morning, Zhang Zhou tells Shu Mu, today I have to go to our school for some work. Shu Mu asks, our school? They won't even let me inside there. But what are you going to do there? Zhang Zhou says, we want to donate our company's computers to our school's computer lab. After having breakfast, they both reach the school, where the teacher is very happy to see them and says, having a student like you from our school is a matter of great pride for the school. Then they both start roaming in the school. Shu Mu says, how much our teachers have changed now. Before, they used to be so scary. He says, I don't think they were scary before. Shu Mu says, they would be good for a good student like you, but for people like us, they were very strict. Then looking at the playground, she says, look, do you remember? This is the same place where I used to get punished for being late. Zhang Zhou says, you remember these things so clearly. Just then, their other teacher comes there. He is very happy to see Zhang Zhou and Shu Mu together and says, I am very happy that you both came here again. By the way, when are you two getting married? I am waiting for your marriage. Shu Mu asks, sir, how did you know this? Sir says, by seeing your post. Everyone here knows about it. I am very happy for you both. Then they both go and sit in the classroom and remember their old memories. Then they come back. Shu Mu says, I am very tired. Today we will not cook. We will eat what I had ordered. Just then, Shen-yi comes there. He says, there is no water in the cafe's block, so I'm going to stay here tonight. Seeing the phone in Shu Mu's hand, he says, oh, you are ordering food? I haven't eaten anything either. I am dying of hunger. And then he eats their ordered food alone. Zhang Zhou tells him, if you are not going to stay in the cafe today, then I will book a hotel for you. Shen-yi says, it's okay. We are friends. We can live together. What is the need to spend money on a hotel? At this, Zhang Zhou says, we don't have an extra room in our house, so you will have to sleep on the sofa. Shen-yi says, there are 2 rooms here. You both can sleep in the bedroom. I will sleep in the extra room. Don't you two worry. I will not disturb you. Shu Mu takes Jiangzhou aside and asks him, "What should we do now? Should we tell Shen Yi we are not girlfriend and boyfriend?" Jiangzhou says, "No, we should not do that." Then Mu gets an idea and she calls Song Nian and calls her over. Song Nian tells Shen Yi, "There is a place, come. I will take you there for a tour." And she forcibly takes him with her. Mu tells Jiangzhou, "Finally, now we can sleep in our own rooms separately." Here, Song Nian and Shen Yi are in the car. Shen Yi says, "You have been driving the car for about 2 hours. Can you tell me where we are going?" Song Nian says, "I don't know. I just want to take you to a good place." In the next scene, we see them both at Song Nian's house where Shen Yi was sitting and watching TV. And he tells her, "So you brought me here to your house to watch TV." Just then, a kissing scene comes on in the movie that was playing on TV. Both of them feel a little embarrassed by it, so Song Nian starts changing the channel, but romantic scenes were coming on every channel. This makes them both feel a little uncomfortable, so Song Nian gets up and goes to her room. In the morning, when Shen Yi looks, her fridge is full of expired food, and the things in the house are scattered. He fixes everything and leaves from there. Then we see Mu, who is ready and going somewhere. Jiangzhou asks her, "Are you going on a date?" So she says, "No, I am going to meet a painter, Zhang Yao." Jiangzhou asks, "Is he a boy?" Mu says, "I don't know. I met him online. I like his paintings very much. I am going to his exhibition today." Then Mu goes there and is clicking her picture with the paintings when Zhang Yao comes there, who was standing at a distance and looking at her very lovingly. Mu is a little shocked to see that he is a boy, and she remembers that she has met him once before when he was standing in the rain and Mu had given him her umbrella. After talking to him for a while, Mu gives him her company's contract and then leaves. Mu had got Zhang Yao to sign her company's contract, which made the people of their company very happy. The next day, Mu meets Zhang Yao in a restaurant to talk about work. They both were sitting and talking when a person from Jiangzhou's company sees them and calls Jiangzhou to inform him Mu is in a restaurant with another boy. This makes Jiangzhou a little upset. Then we see Song Nian and Shen Yi, who have come to watch a movie together. The next day, when Song Nian comes to the company, she sees that Shen Yi was going back after finishing all his work, but the manager forcibly gives him his work to do. Shen Yi tells them, "This is not my job. I have done my job." So they say, "You are a very big slacker. That's why you keep making excuses." Now Shen Yi has to do their work forcibly. Just then, Song Nian comes there and tells the manager, "I think you are the biggest slacker, because whenever I come to you for some work, you are gone to enjoy a holiday somewhere. I have never seen you working." At this, the manager starts shouting at Song Nian, which makes Shen Yi very angry, and he shouts at them and says, "Stop it now, or else I will fire you." Hearing this, everyone is shocked. How can Shen Yi say such a thing? Just then, he gives a document to the manager, from which they find out that Shen Yi is the son of the chairman of this company, meaning this company belongs to his dad. Song Nian also tells Mu about this. Then we see Zhang Yao, who has come for an interview. Jiangzhou and Mu are also there. The reporter asks Zhang Yao a question. He never used to come for any interview before. People only knew him by his name. But now, how has he started appearing in front of people? Is there any reason behind this? Zhang Yao says, "I have a friend who is very special to me. I came here only at her request." He is talking about Mu here. Then he also makes a painting for Mu there. After the reporters leave, Jiangzhou invites all of them for dinner, and they all go to a restaurant. Just then, Mu gets a call from her mom, and to talk to her, she and Jiangzhou go outside. There, the other people were talking about Mu's relationship, that they are a very good couple, which Zhang Yao was not feeling good about at all. So he also goes outside and starts looking at them both. From their conversation, he finds out they are just acting like a couple. While going home from there, Jiangzhou asks Mu, "What kind of men do you like?" So Mu says, "A little professional type, who have good skills." He asks, "How about painters?" Mu says, "Yes, painting is also a good skill." Jiangzhou says, "When I was in high school, I won many painting competitions." Mu is surprised and says, "You did painting in high school, then how do I not know about this?" He says, "There are many things that you don't know." Then we see Song Nian and Shen Yi. After knowing that he is the chairman's son, Song Nian was not talking to him. So Shen Yi tells her, "Ever since you have been ignoring me, I haven't been feeling good about anything. I am just thinking about you all the time. I never thought that I would love someone so much. My dad always had a problem with this thing about me because I can only focus on one thing at a time. When I was in school, I used to play games all the time, due to which my grades would fall. My dad always used to tell me, 'Study,' but I didn't understand his words then. But now I have understood that studying was also important. Similarly, when you went away from me, I understood that I like you. I have fallen in love with you." Hearing this, Song Nian first smiles slightly and then says, "If I was ignoring you, then you should have come to me. He says, I sent you a message but you didn't reply, so I didn't have the courage. I thought you would be angry with me. Song Nian says, it's not like that. I was also just thinking about you. I think I love you too. After confessing their love, they both kiss. Then we see Zhang Yao and Jiang Zhou at the painting exhibition, where Jiang Zhou was looking at the painting that Zhang Yao had made for Shu Mu. Just then, Zhang Yao comes to him and says, I think you like this painting because it is about Shu Mu. At this, Jiang Zhou says, we are a couple. So Zhang Yao says, I know your relationship is fake, and I want to tell you that I like Shu Mu. From now on, Jiang Zhou starts caring for Shu Mu even more so that she doesn't leave him and go to someone else. Although they were in a fake relationship, Jiang Zhou really likes Shu Mu. The next day, Shu Mu meets Jiang Zhou's childhood friend, Chao Nian. A girl of hers says she has been Jiang Zhou's girlfriend. They both studied together abroad. After knowing this, Shu Mu gets a little upset and tries to ask Jiang Zhou about Chao Nian several times. Was she really his girlfriend? But she can't ask. Then we see all these friends who have come for camping. Song Nian and Shen. Yi also tell them both that they are a couple now. Seeing their romantic and cute actions, Jiang Zhou and Shu Mu feel that something is missing in their lives. Chao Nian also comes there, who stays very close to Jiang Zhou. Shu Mu doesn't feel good seeing this at all. Shen Yi cooks and brings for everyone there. Song Nian tastes it and says, you are a very professional cook, you don't need to cook such good food. She was indirectly telling Shen Yi not to cook because it was made very badly. The rest of the people also wanted to say the same thing but couldn't. But Jiang Zhou says, your food tastes very bad. At this, everyone starts laughing. Shen Yi, acting like a child, tells Song Nian, look, they are all making fun of me. Song Nian tells everyone, you guys stop bothering my Shen Yi. Don't make fun of him. Then, Chao Nian says, everyone's taste has been spoiled by eating Shen Yi's food. Let's go taste Jiang Zhou's food. I know he cooks very well. Their other friend says, when we were abroad, we also had a group chat named Chef Zhang's Cooking Class. People like me who didn't know how to cook would take cooking tips from there. A friend asks Jiang Zhou, I read in your diary that you have loved someone for a long time, but she rejected your love. Is this true? Jiang Zhou says, yes, it is true. Hearing their words, Shu Mu looks very upset. Then they all come home. Shu Mu is with Song Nian. She was still upset, which Song Nian notices and asks her, why are you so upset seeing Jiang Zhou and Chao Nian together? Have you started liking him? Shu Mu says, no, to this. She says, if you don't like him, then these things shouldn't affect you. And if there is something like that, then you must tell me about it. Shu Mu says, I will think about it and tell you. After this, Shu Mu, Zhang Yao, and some members of their company have come to a place for a painting exhibition. They stay in a hotel. At night, Zhang Yao brings medicine for Shu Mu and says, I have to talk to you about something. They are about to talk when an earthquake comes, and they both run and hide in a place. Jiang Zhou also gets this news that there has been an earthquake in the place where Shu Mu is, so he immediately calls her, but her number was not reachable. So he also immediately reaches that place. Seeing this, Shu Mu's director is a little surprised. He came here from so far away just for Shu Mu. He goes to the hotel to find Shu Mu, but before that, he finds Chao Nian there, whose leg was injured. So Jiang Zhou starts taking her to the hospital. Just then, Shu Mu sees them both and thinks Jiang Zhou came there only for Chao Nian. He puts Chao Nian in the car and sends her to the hospital. When he turns back, he sees that Shu Mu is leaving with Zhang Yao. There, some ladies were talking about them both. Zhang Yao likes Shu Mu. Even when the earthquake came, he saved Shu Mu, and they were both in the same room. Hearing their words, Jiang Zhou gets even more upset. Then when Shu Mu comes home from there, Jiang Zhou says, I think it's time to end our fake relationship now. Jiang Zhou says, do you really want to end it? Shu Mu says, yes, because if we stay like this for a long time, there will be problems later. And there are many things that are confusing me. Jiang Zhou says, sorry, to her and says, I didn't know that this would cause you problems, but now, whatever your decision is, I respect it. Shu Mu says, as long as we were together, you took great care of me. Thank you for that. Saying this, they both go their separate ways. Then Shu Mu comes to Song Nian's house and says, I have ended my fake relationship, and now I am happy. Then we see Song Nian with Shen Yi. Shen Yi tells her, don't you worry about her. Their breakup was their own decision. We shouldn't interfere too much in their decision. And they are our friends. We will take care of them. Song Nian says, I know, but did you see Shu Mu's face? She said, I am fine. But she looked very upset. Shen Yi talks to Jiang Zhou about this. Why did you two break up? Don't you love her? But Jiang Zhou cuts his call by saying, we will talk about this later. The next day, Song Nian, Shu Mu, and Shen Yi were sitting and celebrating because Song Nian's new book had been published. Shen Yi says, one person is missing here. We should call him too. Just then, he takes out his phone and makes a video call to Jiang Zhou. Song Nian asks her, "Why are you looking so upset?" Shu Mu had heard some girls in her company talking. Zhang Zhou and Xiao Nian are getting engaged. She was upset about this and also tells Song Nian about it and also says, "Mom has started arranging blind dates for me again, but I don't want to go there, but now I don't care who I marry." So the next day, at her mom's insistence, she goes on a blind date. Mom had told her, "The person is wearing a white coat." When Shu Mu goes to that person, it is Zhang Zhou. Shu Mu is surprised and says, "What are you doing here? You are already engaged to Xiao Nian." He asks, "Who told you this?" Shu Mu says, "I have heard these things from others." Zhang Zhou says, "The things you heard about the engagement were not about me, but about Mr. Chiang, and Xiao Nian and I are just friends. And I went to her house to meet her mom because her health is very bad. But I didn't explain this to you at that time." Shu Mu says, "We were in a fake relationship. You didn't need to give an explanation. By the way, my mom told me, the boy who comes on the blind date wants to get married. So, did you come here for me? Did you come to meet some other girl? Or is all this also fake?" She's about to leave saying this when Zhang Zhou also stands up and says, "This is not all fake. I really want to marry you." The next day, they both go to the marriage bureau and get married. At night, Zhang Zhou sees that the cat has wet his bed, so he starts changing the bedsheet. When Shu Mu comes there and sees Zhang Zhou, she thinks, "He is planning to spend the night with me tonight." So she tells him, "I am not ready for all this yet." Zhang Zhou says, "It's okay. I am not ready for this either." In the morning, Zhang Zhou and Shu Mu are going to the office. Just then, Shu Mu sees that Zhang Zhou's tie is not tied properly, so she starts fixing his tie from outside. Just then, a couple is passing by. They see them and think that they are having a romance, so they feel a little uncomfortable seeing this. How can these people do all this on the road? And they start clicking their pictures. Zhang Zhou says, "Tonight I am going for dinner with my friend. He might ask me to drink too. So do I have permission for that?" Shu Mu says, "Yes, but don't drink too much." After this, Shu Mu comes to her office. The couple who had seen them on the road today were her colleagues. They also start telling their senior about this. It has been a long time since their marriage, but they still have a lot of love between them. Just now, they both kissed each other. They are not even afraid that someone will see them here. The other lady says, "You don't know, when the husband is more romantic and the wife is sweet in a relationship, their relationship is the best." Just then, Shu Mu comes there, and they all become silent. She asks, "What are you all so happy talking about?" They say, "You two kept your marriage a secret from all of us, but now we all know." Then we see Zhang Yao, who sells all his paintings and donates all the money to the needy. A person asks him, why is he doing this? He says, "A friend who was very close to me had told me we should donate the things that we cannot give back to anyone. I want my paintings to be useful to people." Zhang Yao was now leaving from here. After selling all the paintings, he only takes one painting with him, the one he had made for Shu Mu. Shu Mu was still working in her office when she gets a call from Zhang Zhou's friends. They say, "He is very drunk, so please come and take him." Then we see Zhang Zhou, who is standing with his friend. They are all waiting for Shu Mu when she comes there and says, "I told you not to drink so much." They say, "He has only had a little drink. Don't know why he is so drunk." Then his friends leave from there, and Shu Mu takes him home. Then we see Song Nian. She gets a call from someone. They say, "Your mom's health is very bad." Hearing this, she gets worried, and Shen Yi consoles her and takes her to the hospital. At mom's house, Song Nian and Shen Yi stay for a month, where Song Nian used to go to the hospital every day to take care of her mom, and Shen Yi used to stay at home and cook for her. He took care of her and also managed her work. After their mom's health improves, they both come back home. Shu Mu and Zhang Zhou also come to meet them to ask about their mom. Song Nian tells her she is completely fine now and has come back home. Then they both tell them, "We are getting married soon." They both are also happy for them. Song Nian says, "Shen Yi is very good for me. When my mom's health was bad, I used to be very worried. But in such a difficult time, Shen Yi took great care of me. If I don't marry him, I will regret this for the rest of my life. That's why I proposed to him for marriage." Shen Yi says, "Yes, and I accepted." Hearing this, Shu Mu is happy. Just then, Song Nian says, he got so emotional that his nose started running. At this, they both start laughing. Just then, Shen Yi covers her mouth and tells them both to stop laughing. "Let's celebrate." Then they both celebrate their marriage. Shen Yi and Song Nian sit together and fall asleep there. So Shu Mu and Zhang Zhou pick them up and take them to their room. But Shen Yi, even in a drunken state, was repeatedly saying, "Where is my wife?" When Song Nian hears this, she says, "I am here." And they both again run to each other and go to sleep in the same room. So Shu Mu and Zhang Zhou also have to lie on one bed. And here, both of them are not able to sleep. After a while, Shu Mu falls asleep, so Zhang Zhou covers her with a blanket. In the morning, when Shu Mu wakes up, she sees that she is very close to Zhang Zhou. Just then, she sees that he is about to get up, so she again closes her eyes and pretends to be asleep. When Jongjo sees that she is sleeping next to him, he also feels good. Then he lets Shu-mu sleep properly and goes out and makes breakfast. After some time, Shu-mu wakes up and comes, and they both sit together and have breakfast. Shu-mu says, "Where are those two? We should call them for breakfast too." Jongjo says, "They are sleeping right now. I have saved something for them." The next day, when Shu-mu is working in her office, Jongjo messages her and asks her to come home. She says, "I have some work right now, so it will be a little late to come." She comes home very late at night and sees that he is sleeping. She puts her hand on his forehead and finds out that Jongjo has a high fever. She gives him medicine and takes very good care of him. By morning, he is completely fine. Jumu makes porridge for him. She says, "I have made this with a lot of effort. I hope it tastes good." Jongjo tastes it and says, "Yes, it is made well." Then he thanks her for taking care of him last night. Shu-mu says, "I didn't do much. You were sick, so you should have told me about it. I would have come home early." Jongjo says, "It was just a little cold. It was not a big deal." Shu-mu says, "From now on, if anything happens, you must tell me." He says, "Yes." To this, Shu-mu asks, "Will you go to work today too? You should take a day off." He says, "I have a lot of work to do now, so I will have to go." Shu-mu says, "You should also take care of yourself. Your health is not completely fine yet." Then we see a person standing on the road waiting for Jongjo. When Jongjo comes, the person starts asking him for money. Jongjo says, "I just gave you money last night. Where did it go?" He says, "That money was finished yesterday itself." Jongjo says, "Did you gamble again?" He says, "Yes. Now it's the last time. I promise that I will never gamble again after today. Give me money one last time. Then I will never bother you again." Jongjo says, "I know that you are not going to change, so now I am not going to give you any money." At this, he starts shouting at Jongjo and says, "I am your dad. How can you refuse to give me money?" And they start fighting with him. Shu-mu is passing by and sees them both. Jongjo tells them, "I am your son, but you never took my responsibility." Just then, the person shows a bracelet in his hand and says, "I did not take your responsibility, but your mom did, right?" Jongjo asks them, "How do you have this? Give it to me." He tries to take the bracelet from them, but they say, "I will give this to you only when you give me money." Jongjo says, "You are asking me for money in exchange for my mom's mementos. How can you stoop so low?" Dad says, "Stop your nonsense and give me money. If you care about your mom's things, then you will have to give me money for it." He gives them his card, and Dad throws his mom's bracelet there and leaves. Jongjo picks it up and looks at it very lovingly. From a distance, Shu-mu is also watching all this. She talks to Jongjo's aunt about this. She says, "I saw Dad today, but there was no love between them like a father and son. So I want to know what happened between him and his father." Aunt tells about Jongjo's father. A flashback scene is shown. She says, "Jongjo's father was not good at all. He used to fight with his mom all the time. When Jongjo grew up, his dad's condition worsened. He had always seen his mom being beaten by him, but when he grew up, he protected his mom. But Dad started beating him too for this. Once his father beat Jongjo so badly that he broke his hand. At that time, his mom was sick. No one took care of her, and his mom died." After knowing all this, when Shu-mu comes home, she sees that Jongjo was cooking for her. She gets a little emotional seeing him and hugs him, and says, "I know it's a little difficult to be a happy family, but I will try to give you a happy family." The next day, Shu-mu sees some papers lying on the ground. In it, she finds her school paper and Jongjo's diary, from which she finds out that Jongjo had liked her for a long time. Just then, Jongjo comes there, and seeing the diary in her hand, he understands that Shu-mu also knows everything. He says, "We first met 12 years ago in the summer. I didn't know that we would meet again like this, but I always kept waiting for you that you would definitely meet me one day." Shu-mu says, "Did you come here again to find me?" He says, "Yes. No matter what happens, I will always choose you." Hearing all this, Shu-mu was standing completely silent. Jongjo says, "Don't you have anything to say to me?" So Shu-mu says, "Song Nian always used to ask me, 'Do you like him?' But I always denied it. Whenever I saw Chao Nian with you, I used to get very jealous. I married you, but still refused to admit that I love you. I thought, we live together. That's why I am feeling like this. I thought, this is my one-sided love. That's why I was waiting, thinking, until you convince me of your love, I will not tell you my feelings either. But thank God you didn't make me wait too long." Jongjo comes to her and kisses her. In the next scene, we see them both coming home after a lot of shopping. Shu-mu asks him, "What will we eat for lunch?" Jongjo says, "Tell me what you like. I will make it." Shu-mu hugs him from behind. Jongjo says, "If you keep clinging to me like this, how will I cook?" Shu-mu says, "I am not bothering you. You can do your work." Jongjo turns around and is about to kiss her when he sees that Shen Yi and Song Nian have also come here and are watching them. So he stops. Seeing this, Shen Yi says, "Just assume that we are not here. You continue." Shu-mu asks them, "When did you two come inside?" Shen Yi says, "You didn't lock the door. If you had, we would not have disturbed you." Then Shu-mu also tells Song Nian, "Jongjo has liked me since high school. Song Nian says, it means the one he had a crush on since childhood is you. Shu Mu says, yes, when I found out about this, I was also very shocked. Song Nian says, you married him incidentally and later found out that the person you married has been in love with you for a long time. This is like a romantic story. Saying this, they both start laughing. Then we see Shen Yi and Zhang Zhou. Zhang Zhou tells him, I am going away from here for some time, so can you come here and feed my cat till then? Shen Yi asks, where are you going? He says, I am going to my old house with Shu Mu. He asks, why did you suddenly decide to go there? Zhang Zhou says, my dad has been caught by the police for gambling. His had also mortgaged our house. They will take that house soon. That's why I am going there to get my mom's things. Shen Yi is a little shocked and asks, your dad got caught. Does Aunt know about this? He says, yes, she knows. Then they all sit together and eat. Shen Yi asks Zhang Zhou, is the girl you wrote about in your diary Shu Mu? He replies, yes. So Shen Yi says, I was always with you, but when did you do all this behind my back? I didn't even know. In the next scene, we see Zhang Zhou and Shu Mu in the old house. Zhang Zhou says, after my mom's death, I have come back here for the first time today. Just then, an old lady comes there who is very happy to see Zhang Zhou and says, you have come from abroad. Your dad told me about you. Your aunt is still there, right? How is she? Zhang Zhou says, she is fine. She asks about Shu Mu. Who is this? So he says, this is my wife. The old lady is very happy to see that Zhang Zhou has got married. She says, the last time I saw you, you were in high school, and now you are also married. Time passes so fast. Then they both pack all of mom's things and come back to their house. Then we see Shen Yi and Song Nian, who have come to the seaside for their wedding photo shoot. After clicking a lot of photos, they both kiss. Shu Mu is also very happy seeing their photos. Shu Mu had not gone to meet her mom and dad for a long time, so mom asks her, come home. The next morning, she goes to her mom and dad's house to meet them. Then we see a scene after some time. Today is New Year, so Shu Mu is packing gifts for the children. She says, when I have children, I will take back all the money I gave. Zhang Zhou also gives gifts to the ladies working in his house. At night, Shu Mu calls Zhang Zhou while watching the fireworks and wishes him a happy new year. The next morning, when Shu Mu wakes up, there is someone at the door. She thinks, who has come so early in the morning? And opens the door, and it is Zhang Zhou. She sees him and just keeps looking at him. At this, Zhang Zhou says, what happened? Didn't you recognize me? Shu Mu hugs him and says, what are you doing here? Then they all sit together and have lunch. Mom tells Zhang Zhou, it would have been better if you had informed us about your arrival in advance. By the way, where is your aunt? You shouldn't have left her alone. Zhang Zhou says she has found a new boyfriend. She is dating. At this, mom and dad are happy and say, that's good. Now you don't need to worry about her. Mom says, we take a family photo every year. This year, Zhang Zhou is also a part of our family, so we will take a photo together. Shu Mu says, yes, I will bring the camera now. Dad stops her and says, let's have lunch first, then we will take it. Then they sit and have lunch, after which everyone clicks photos. In it, they all looked like a happy family. At night, Zhang Zhou and Shu Mu are sitting and watching the same interview that he had given for the first time on the road. When Shu Mu sees Zhang Zhou after the interview, she says, you were also there that day. I didn't even see you. He says, until I saw this interview, I also didn't know that you were here. Zhang Zhou says, I always wandered around you to get you because you were my destination. Then he takes out a ring and proposes to Shu Mu for marriage again. She immediately says yes to him. Zhang Zhou puts the ring on her finger and hugs her, and then they both kiss. Then we see a scene 6 years later. Shen Yi and Song Nian are shopping with their son, Huang. Song Nian tells Huang, your uncle is coming to meet you. You don't need to get a gift for him. Uncle told you, you don't need to get a gift for me, right? At this, Huang says, no, when we meet an elder, we should take a gift for them. Shen Yi takes a packet of chips there for Huang. So Huang says, Dad, don't you know that we should not eat junk food? It is not good for our health. You should be a good example for me. Why do you do such things? Shen Yi says, okay, I understand. And he puts the chips back. Huang is quite mature at a young age. Then Shu Mu and Zhang Zhou come to meet him. He gives Zhang Zhou the gift he had brought. Then they all celebrate Huang's birthday together. Then Huang prays for all of them, but does not ask for anything for himself. Zhang Zhou asks, why nothing for yourself? He says, I got a good life, good parents, I don't want anything else. Seeing this, everyone is happy. Song Nian and Shen Yi had to go out for some work, so they leave Huang with them and go. Shu Mu asks him, what else do you do after studying? He says, I read books, do my homework, and revise my lessons. And then I play the piano, that's all. Shu Mu asks, do you like to play with toys? Do you like to watch TV? At this, Huang says, no, All these are done by small children. I am not a small child anymore. At this, Jung-jo says, so let's do something for this young man. In the next scene, we see them all cooking together, which Hwang was also enjoying a lot. Seeing Hwang, Shu-mu wanted them to have their own baby too. But she thought, Jung-jo doesn't like children. When she talks to Jung-jo about this, he clears her misunderstanding and says, it's nothing like that. In fact, I want to be a good father. Hearing this, Shu-mu becomes very happy. The next day, she gives a report to Jung-jo from which it is found that she is pregnant. Knowing this, Jung-jo becomes very happy and hugs her. The last scene is shown a few years later in which we see a small child shooting a video. He says, my name is Jung-yul. I am recording my day today and I will secretly show you my dad. Saying this, he points the camera towards Jung-jo. Jung-jo tells him, Jung-yul, put the camera down. Then he goes to his mom, Shu-mu. Just then, Jung-jo also comes there. Yul says, Uncle Shen-yi says, you are not living a life like your dad, because his life was very difficult. Then he picks up a photo album and says, this is my mom and dad's memory album. Everyone be quiet. I will secretly show it to you. Then he opens the album and one by one tells about all the photos of Jung-jo and Shu-mu and the memories associated with it. Then he says, today my mom and dad are going for their wedding photo shoot. I think a wedding photo shoot is a very boring job. You have to do a lot of poses in one day. This is a very difficult job. Only lovers can do this. My mom and dad can do this. I can also do it. In front, we see Shu-mu and Jung-jo, who have come to the seaside for a photo shoot, and they are very happy. And with this, the drama has a happy ending.